What is up, everybody? It's your boy, the most flaccid celery, back again with another stream. Today's a long one. It is currently almost 1 p.m. here. I have food cooking, so at some point I will have to briefly step away for that during this. Ah, yes. Sound alerts. Sound alerts. Fun! Anyways, we're continuing on with Final Fantasy XIV. I'm hoping to get this done either today or Friday. For one purpose. Spooky month starts next week. If I can get everything handled for Spooky month, it'll be nothing but Amnesia the Dark Descent streams all October. Because I hate myself. Alright. An ad starting in like a minute. For those of you not subbed, which I think I only have like one sub right now. Genuinely think I only have one sub at this current moment in time. Introducing one of the most experienced farmhands, Mahuasa. I don't know, fucking English is hard. Bean Boy, shut up. She's well versed in myriad farming techniques. Indeed, the wealth of the knowledge she has shared with other farmers is what has allowed this place to flourish. Queen Sveen, to what do I owe this sudden shower of praise? My apologies for the interruption. I come with guests from beyond the barrier. They wish to learn more of Alexandria, so I invited them to see how our crops are grown. I do hope that's all right. So the rumors of visitors from the outside were true. What manner of hosts would we be to deny them a look around? And I gather your majesty also intended to check on things here. You know me too well, Mahuasa. I don't know how to fucking say that word. I thought to seize the opportunity to see how the farmers fare and perhaps pepper them with a few questions, though I do so enjoy observing and taking part in the work, too. 'Twould appear we have her permission, so please walk the grounds to your heart's content. You go on ahead. I'll keep Sveen company. Don't misunderstand. I'm not the suspicious type, but given our positions, it would make sense for us to go around together, wouldn't you say? A fair point, but be sure not to let me out of your sight. I shall remain under Wuklamot's watchful eye. Pray, come find us after you've seen your fill and spoken with the other farmhands. Ads. Got ads. Get your ads here. Anyways, now I gotta go talk to some people. Talking. I just wanted to, you know. I don't think so. I don't know, though. I don't have any idea. I have to look, but I don't think that is possible. Just talking about what it is that he does here. You know, how he farms things and stuff. I'm just gonna go into first person here and just run up on this man. Can I jump it? I can. Alright, cool. So, essentially, it's just been one person handles maintaining everything for watering and making the soil fertile and everything. One person handles guarding the storehouse and whatnot, and one person is taking care of livestock. I gotta go speak with Sveen now that I've run over top of their crops real fast there, you know. Whoa. What you got for me, Sveen? Now we go back to the first person. Everyone loves their work. That's the amazing part to me. Because working sucks. She was confused when she was called La Moitié by the weird person she's never spoken to prior to today. Yeah. Now we go kill. We are here to kill. Pointing out that I am stronger because I did literally save the star. Telling me to take care. I will, not mess up. Now we're going to separate, kill some things, and then get back together. It's fine. This one here is closest. We'll handle this one. And then there's another one on the other end. Fight me! Give me a hug. And there's one. Oh, I never attuned to the outskirts etherite. I'll have to do that real fast before I go finish this. That way, if I need to return, if I should, for some reason, die here, I have the ability to come back. That person that I just saw was flying, so they've probably finished the story. I still have this region, and then there's one more to complete. Done. And dusted. Now we go back this way. Turn in the quest. I started today with 31 quests left. I'm already down to 30. 12 minutes in. Food is almost finished as well. Svian was worried that we wouldn't be okay, but we were fine. Yeah. They don't want to ask, they're all just machines. There went my food finishing. I have to grab my food here in just a second. Time to move on, according to the game. So, that said, we go back to the outskirts. Once we get back in town, I'm going to step away for just a second to get myself my food so I can start eating. Because it is important that I food my face right now. Alright, guys. Sounds like this is a voiced cutscene, so maybe I won't be stepping away. Yet. This might be a voiced cutscene. I hope it is. Saves me reading.
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
It's nearly time, she says. That's not a great sound. Not great to hear at all.
I'm glad you could make it. Are you with us?
Queen Sphene's come to see you. We're here,
It's
Namika.
Namika.
Everything is going to be all right. What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
Namika, it's me. Muklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
She always used hers sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden. I had hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. Like a could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
Hey, Seth. How you doing? I think the cutscene is about to end, and I can now go grab my food real fast. Nope, it's not over yet. Dang it. Oh, I had to switch to my
She didn't
my
stay.
webcam,
I'm grateful that I could be with her.
and the background noise is my AC running because it gets too hot in here without it.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred.
I'm actually going to try something very quickly. See how long it ends up working out, but I'm gonna switch back to my normal mic and hope that it just doesn't randomly decide to die during the stream. Because it has been doing that where it just
Specifically,
randomly shuts
the
down.
displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a void gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
Unfortunately, my mic has just randomly been shutting
I
off.
wish that I had an answer for
So-
you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding. I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years, until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm. The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents, by means unknown.
In other words, Sven's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
But of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder. Once you have been registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zeralja resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving you're not content to let Zeralja do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father, and to do so, I intend to take Zeralja's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
My mic randomly shut off just a second ago. And I can just now turn it
fair
back on.
question.
That's fun.
Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm.
I haven't seen anything about buffering happening on my end, so...
It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa? You might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I am afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep, anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika these past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
And again, my mic died.
What? We were just with her. If
It's,
this is some
interesting.
sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
Well, it just keeps dying as soon as I turn it on now. So, back to the webcam. What's up, Molly? How you doing?
Save anyone?
So until I get through this cutscene, just for the sake of people being able to hear it, I am going to mute my mic. Because of the fact that my good mic is deciding it wants to be broken now, and I have to use my webcam mic. That being said, I'm doing alright, Molly. Appreciate you. I'm doing a long stream today. I'm just going to stream, probably 6-8 hours or something like that, however long it ends up taking. I'm looking to get this game, story-wise, finished before October, just because of the fact that I do want to focus on spooky games for the month of October. I have Amnesia: The Dark Descent lined up for this October. So for October, it's just going to be that. Until then, working on this. Alright, gonna go ahead and mute my mic and get back to it.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud. Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
That sounds fun, Molly. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. Alright, give me just 1 second, guys. I'm not going to put up my Do Not Disturb screen. I'm just going to go ahead and hit mute on my mic again while I quickly go over and grab my food out of the oven. Back in a sec. Alright, y'all, I am back. Apologies for that. We're going to continue on. It's going to be a long stream today. So, we're just going to push and do what we got to do, man. Probably between recordings, I'll do small breaks to stand and stretch because I did a double-length stream on Monday, and by the end of it, I was in a lot of pain. I got, somebody earlier asked what I was fooding with. I made myself a chicken breast, seasoned it and stuff. So, their memories get uploaded to the cloud. So it was the same for everyone. Not a single person remembers Namika. It's as if the memory of her has been purged from their minds. While such a thing might be done with magic, to alter the memories of so many at once would be a tremendous undertaking. We would have felt a surge of ether corresponding to the act too, and I sensed none in that moment. Neither did I, but I did notice something else. Right before Pepone seemingly forgot, a light in the device on his head began to blink. Could there be a connection? Someone also said something about soul cells. Alright, Molly, appreciate you. Appreciate the lurk. Have a good one, man. But who might we ask about this? If we continued making such inquiries, I expect we would only cause confusion. Indeed, if we can't readily solve the mystery about Namika, perhaps we should search for Kafkiwa instead. Sven said to try the Thunder Yards. Let's be in this direction. Impossible. He's confused. Another kind of mechanical soldier? It looks dangerous. We'd better destroy it. And now it's running. Should we give chase? I think it understood our words. Might be worth asking it some questions. Aaronville, are you alright? You look like you've seen a ghost. It's nothing, I'm fine. Well, it went off in the direction we were headed anyway, so let's try to track it down. Aaronville is not doing so hot. I do have to sell my Nightworld pieces. Oh, I never upgraded my boots. Whoops. Let me go back to where I can safely re-glam as soon as I do this. I forgot to do this earlier. Immediately re-glammed. I did the last dungeon with 94 boots, gloves, and helm when I could have had 96 boots and only 94 gloves and helm. That's fun. Yet that dungeon was still very easy for me. Huh. Cutscene. Again. Yeah, found it. Oh, I didn't run a dungeon today. It was the other day that I ran the dungeon. It was Monday that I ran that dungeon. It was like one of the last things I did. It's talking about that it just flew into the mines, could be a trap, worried about it, you know, be careful, yada yada yada. Don't bark. Stop. Yeah, I ran a dungeon Monday. Oh, we know it's a trap, so we just go in ready to you know, fight, I guess. Talk to Aaronville. But first, I'm just gonna go grab this free ether current that is just in front of me here. What was good, Aaronville? So, we just heard that there's several people ahead. Yet we're going in! Will this one be voiced? Do I need to mute? That is the question.
What is this?
Ironville!
A trap?
It really is you!
Huh?
Who?
I just had to get a look at you in the light, and I can still hardly believe my eyes. But it is you, my darling Elizabeth!
My darling, what now?
Oh, it's so good to see you, my fussy little bun bun. But what are you doing here? What brings you all this way? Why the long face? Aren't you happy to see me after all this time?
I'd know that laugh anywhere. Mother?
Wait. Since when was your mother a weird floating thing?
And what have we here? Say, aren't you Galoo Jaja's kitten? I knew I recognized that adorable fuzzy face. Ella Neshbeer was always so excited whenever you invited him over to play. You remember me, I hope?
I can't say that I do, but you know my father?
Appearances notwithstanding, it would seem this is my mother, Kafkiwa.
I'm sorry?
Oh, this won't do. Come in! Friends of my Ella Neshbeer are always welcome.
All I ask is a little forewarning, but no.
Just when I thought I was starting to get a handle on this place, how are things still getting stranger?
So, that was a thing. Now we have to figure out why she is a robot now. And go from there. What you got, Aaronville? What you got? Going to see what she has to say. this one also going to be voiced? Nope, it's not. Alright. It's so wonderful to meet you all! And the students of Baldessian. It's been a while since I heard that name. Dare I ask the reason for your appearance? Oh, this is just a body that I control remotely. I use this for our operations. We're members of a resistance organization, Oblivion, we call ourselves, and our goal is to thwart Zeralja's ambitions for conquest. As the leader, it's prudent that I remain where I can't be easily found. I see. Whimsical appearances notwithstanding, yours is a serious cause. Right you are, though truth be told, Oblivion was founded for an altogether different purpose. And that is, as I expect you've already noticed, everything you see within this dome, the buildings, the people, the very earth beneath our feet, is a fusion of two worlds. Stopping such a fusion was Oblivion's original mission. Then does that mean you know who or what is responsible for it? I'm afraid not. This was a long time ago, and our mission statement has become more of a legend that's passed down to members. By the time we joined, our sole objective was stopping Zeralja. But we failed to do that, and now he's taken his army outside the dome. None of you wear those strange devices on your heads. Does that have something to do with your work? You mean this? It's a regulator, the pinnacle of electrope technology, and that we don't wear it is indeed related to our operations. What exactly does it do? Allow me to explain. His name is Geode. Regulators have two primary functions. The first, as the name suggests, is the regulation of the wearer's reserve of souls. Should they die, the regulator expends a soul to bring them back to life. Reserve? You mean people walk around carrying spare souls? That is a good question. They do. Souls are packaged in cells, and they can be used to replenish the life force that is lost due to sudden death, such as in accidents. They do nothing for those who die of old age, though. Distribution of soul cells is based on one's work evaluation to encourage exemplary performance when fulfilling their duties. Souls is a common resource and payment for services rendered. The void-sent practice of consuming others for their ether comes to mind, and similarly, I expect that the act comes with some risk. Wouldn't the consciousness of others corrupt your own? that is prevented through memory management, a process in which regulators also play a role. Memory management, and the reason why everyone has forgotten Amika's existence. The regulators are constantly recording the memories of the wearer, so if they should suddenly die, their memories can be refreshed as part of the restoration process. This is how they preserve one's identity and sense of self. However, the regulators are also triggered when someone else dies. Reason being is that regulators forcibly extract memories relating to the deceased from anyone wearing one. Why would they do such a thing? It's a kindness bestowed upon the people of Everkeep's core system so that no one has to suffer the pain of loss. So this is what it means by their memories being in the cloud. Indeed, all memories of the deceased are wiped from the minds of the people and archived in the system. It's a frightening function of the regulators and an integral step in soul cell production. You see, when a person dies of natural causes, their soul is temporarily housed within the regulator. It's then delivered to a facility where memories are separated from the soul. The result is a fresh soul cell free of impurities, ready for distribution and consumption. This is looking more and more like a dystopian future. Meanwhile, the memories are stored in the core system to be remembered forever. And this is why the people are happy here. On its surface, it's similar to the Yogg-Hoi's philosophy, but I see nothing noble or comforting in it. Well, it doesn't seem so terrible to me personally. It all comes down to what you're used to, I suppose. Like the barrier encasing Alexandria, this system was created to overcome the calamity that transformed the world hundreds of years ago. Amidst the mounting death toll, scientists used Electrope to devise a means to save what lives they could so that the nation could endure. I understand the people of Alexandria did what they believed was the best to save their own people. I just find it too hard to believe that Tirali would also accept this way of living. came to a shock to us as well. In fact, a great many were opposed to it. Which is why the use of regulators was never compulsory. The people have always been free to go without them if they so wish. Sphene didn't strike me as the sort of ruler to impose her will on others. Ah, so you've already met. She's the one who suggested we come to the Thunder Yards in the first place. She also said she wants to help us stop Zeralja. Awfully kind of her to point you in my direction, and to speak so candidly as well. Whatever her motives, she has given the people a choice. Live with the risk of true death or the security of the regulators. Everything that lives must someday die. That is the natural order of things. Quite right. But however you feel about them, it would be easier to understand what the regulators are capable of if you saw for yourself. I know just the person to show you, and luck would have it they should be starting work right about now. Who are we going to see exactly? Come with me and you'll find out. And she just floats off again. Huh. We're following her again. Leave the Earth and Sky hideout. Ads here on Twitch for those of you that aren't subbed or are like Seth here, who's paying to just get no ads across Twitch. Speak with Kafkiwa. Everyone here? Good. It is the responsibility of the Thunder Yard's hunters to fell any fiends found wandering the area. We're to meet an acquaintance of mine, Strika, one of these hunters. Yeah, of course the ad break's denied. You pay to deny it. It's up to you, man. Nope. Dang, gotta go this way. That's frustrating. I didn't want to have to go around. Speak with Strika. Strika, I don't know how to say her name. Kafkiwa, what are you doing here, and with so many friends? Apologies for the interruption, but I was hoping they might observe you at work. Hunting, you mean? That's fine, I guess. Hold on. I assumed they were wearing special regulators like Queen Sphene's crown, but they aren't wearing any at all. It's much too dangerous to be here without one. What if they're struck by lightning or attacked by any attacked by beasts? Not any beasts, but beasts. I can assure you, They're all quite capable of looking after themselves. If anything should go amiss, I will take full responsibility. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Danger aside, there isn't really much to see. Kafkiwa said you're a hunter, but wouldn't it be easier for those mechanical soldiers to guard this place? It would, if not for the fact they're weak to lightning. The Thunderyard being what it is, they've been ordered to steer clear. Some good they are, eh? But these facilities are vital to the upkeeping of Alexandria's infrastructure, so it falls to hunters like me to deal with any fiends. Given the danger, we're well compensated for our work. It's a perfect profession for anyone looking to build up savings. The special selection of souls for hunters isn't terrible either. I brought this lot here to see this danger you speak of, if it's not too much trouble to ask. Of course. In which case it'd be a shame to waste my efforts on just any old beast. You all can handle yourselves in a fight, right? If you cause a ruckus slaying what critters you see nearby, there's a chance you'll draw out something worthy of a demonstration. Not sure I understand, but I suppose we should each slay what we can. That's fair. I mostly stream stuff that I watch online, so I don't really use Twitch for my television, so to speak. You know, I use like Crunchyroll and Hulu and stuff a lot more. Do this. Awesome! Got to avoid needless conflict. Time to kill! Down we go to do more killing. Cutscene. Woo. This one will do nicely. I'll say, we'll help you. It's fine, really. I've faced worse. Just watch. I don't like the looks of this. Let us help. Oh no. Look out! Everybody rushing to heal her and stuff. You know, she got hurt. Does not look good. But now she's using a soul cell to heal. You know, I'm not seeing any dropped frames or anything on my end, Seth. I don't know what's going on. It's not saying anything about me dropping frames or anything, so... That was embarrassing. The bastard caught me off guard. Are you mad? Seriously, let us help. I told you not to worry. This will only take a moment. She's about to punch it in the face and it's gonna just die. Buffed herself. Like Seralja. Come on, let's get out of here. That's also a function of the regulator. And we saw somebody literally become a snake man. So... that's a thing. I think I understand now how Seralja was able to return from the dead and defeat Papa, but I'm not sure what we saw at the end there. Really quickly... there's a couple times where my bitrate hasn't gone down, but it's gone red. I don't know. I think that's probably where the issues are coming in at, Seth, because I'm not dropping frames, but there's a couple times my bitrate has gone into the red. Like, gone red colored, but it hasn't changed the bitrate itself. As soon as the regulator turned red, it was as if you were possessed. Your movements became beast-like. Don't tell me you empowered yourself with the soul of a beast. I'm reminded of the serpentine soldier we encountered at Vanguard who did the same. So you've crossed paths with one of the King's elite. Such a form can only be achieved from gorging yourself on souls. We could do the same in theory, but it's incredibly dangerous. Besides, it's not as if they'd allow hunters to carry that many souls to begin with. Well, I should get back to work. Take care. And there you have it. Regulators can be loaded with two kinds of souls, those of peoples and those of beasts. The souls of people can be used to grant the user preternatural strength. Naturally, they can also be used to ensure no one suffers an untimely death. And what about the souls of beasts? They work much in the same fashion, imbuing you the strength of the chosen animal. If, for example, you use the soul of a wolf, you would grow more agile and feral, as you saw with Strika. Using several of the same type at once, however, would result in physical changes. Your teeth might become fangs, your nails claws. Too many, and you'll become more beast than man. Changing one's form through the souls of other beings, it becomes more and more reminiscent of Voidsent. Yet, unlike the world where the cycle of death and rebirth is simply broken, souls here are forcibly taken before they might reach the ethereal sea, different means to achieve similar ends. A cycle to which all within the dome are bound. This is wrong. This is all wrong. It is indeed hard to accept being so far removed from our own beliefs. Perhaps more shocking is that the technology to achieve all this was developed hundreds of years ago. The civilizations in the reflections are surprising indeed. Alright, and that's Gone and Forgotten done. Let's talk about the fact that we definitely have to stop stop Zeralja. You've gained an insight into the use of souls in Alexandria. It's shocking, I know. I was overwhelmed myself at first. I expect you'll need some time to digest it all, but for now let's head back to Earth and Sky. At this rate, there's something I want to discuss with everyone. Let's take a moment before we head into the tunnel. Now we speak with Wuklamad again. Cutscene. I'm sorry for delaying us, but I have some thoughts I need to share. In both technology and values, it's plain there is a wide gulf between Tuliolol and Alexandria. And while Zeralja knows everything about us, we know hardly anything about what he's become. Indeed, we haven't even seen what lies within that enormous tower Everkeep. So here I'd like to make a proposal. That is, we work with Kafkiwa and her people. We need to learn as much as we can about the enemy. The quickest way would be to join hands with Oblivion. We've only just met them, I know, and we shouldn't be too quick to trust, but the fact remains that they share our desire to stop Zeralja. Sveen, too, claims to be at odds with the King of Resolve. May I ask why we would cooperate with Oblivion instead? It's simple, really. Their leader is Erenville's mother. Meanwhile, whatever Sveen may feel, she's a ruler of this nation. There's a greater risk in working with her and less reason to take her at her word. A fair point, And knowing Zeralja, we must assume that his arrangement with Sphene was not made without some consideration. All I know is that it would be heartening to have allies in this strange realm. I think everyone would agree that any help we can get would be welcome. Hold on, there's no guarantee that it's actually my mother behind the machine. Without seeing her in the flesh, we can't rule out the possibility of a ploy. If it turns out to be a trap, we endanger not only ourselves, but everyone in Tuliolol. As you say, we have no proof that it really is Kafkiwa. But I make my proposal in full awareness of this. Whether we're going to war or striving for peace, we need to learn as much as we can, otherwise we can't hope to do anything meaningful. As it stands, we know too little about this realm. We need to remedy that. We need to study the enemy, and when the time comes to strike down Zeralja for good and all. What's more, I trust you, Erenville. You've always had great instincts, honed from your time training under your mother. What if I'm wrong? What if sentiment is clouding my judgment? If it's a trap, then we'll deal with it when it's sprung. That's always the way of it with you. Fine. If you're set on this, then I'll say no more. Then it's settled. Let's head inside and secure ourselves some new allies. Yep. Once it comes time for me to stretch here for a sec after this recording ends, it's at 1:23, around the 2-hour mark. I'll be ending that recording, going stretching. I'm also going to make myself caffeine because I am already getting tired. Entrance to the Earth and Sky hideout. Though I started earlier in the day than I normally do, I normally don't really have this kind of energy until later on in the day. So, caffeine is going to carry me through. Talking to Kafkiwa. Kafkiwa, there's something I need to tell you and your people. We came here for no other reason than to strike down Zeralja. But I thought he was your brother. Do you really mean to kill your own kin? My kin invaded our nation and murdered our people. As a vow of resolve, it falls to me to bring him to account. I am prepared to do what I must, and I won't hesitate when the time comes. Like us, you and yours oppose Zeralja. In light of this, I propose that we work together to stop him once and for all. I realize that this is sudden, that it's a gamble to trust someone you've only just met. But I would trust in the conviction of anyone who shares my goal. So fight with me, I beg you. As you say, our goals align, and I don't doubt your resolve in the least. If you hadn't proposed working together, I would have done so instead. Truth be told, it's been tough going at it alone. While we've gathered ample intelligence, we don't have the strength to take decisive action. Besides, how could we not trust you? My only son is with you. My fussy little bun-bun. He's all the reason I need. Then it's decided. Here's to a fruitful collaboration. Thank you, Kafkiwa. Everyone. Together we'll achieve great things, I'm sure of it. Then let's not waste any time. We've been wondering about Zeralja's whereabouts. Is there a palace inside that tower? After a fashion, the king resides on the uppermost level, but while Queen Sphene has a penchant for going out in public, he seldom shows himself. What's more, his movements are highly classified. Not even his commanders are privy to that information. If anyone knows where he is at any given time, it could only be the Queen. Even if we don't know his whereabouts, Zeralja will eventually march on Tuliolal again. That's when we can go after him. The drawback is we'd have to wait for the invasion to happen. Innocents would be put in harm's way. There's also the possibility that he'll leave everything to his minions and not command the army in person. No, he'll take the field. What makes you so certain? My brother has always yearned to surpass our father. That's why he attacked Tuliolal. After waiting for 30 years, the first thing he wanted to do was demonstrate his newfound strength. But killing Papa didn't satisfy him. So now he's bent on proving himself stronger than me and Koana, who bested him in the right of succession. He challenged me to strike him down. He wants a duel to show everyone that he's superior to the Dawn Servant, and he won't let his minions deprive him of the pleasure. Then why hasn't he appeared and given you your chance? Surely he's aware of our presence here. At that, I can only guess. Perhaps he wants to dazzle us with his wondrous realm. If he won't deign to appear, then we'll force him to do so. Even as we gather intelligence, we make no move to attack him. Show absolutely no interest in a confrontation. Knowing him, he'll tire of waiting and turn his attention to Koana instead. He'll attack Tuliolal again, like he said he would. I see. If you believe this is the best approach, then we have no objections. Any campaign against Tuliolal requires that Zeralja leads his forces through Vanguard. We'll have lookouts keep an eye on it day and night. Such a strategy is certainly viable. If we're proceeding with it, though, we should warn those outside. Indeed, they'll need time to prepare their defenses. I should be glad to coordinate our efforts. I'm already in regular contact with Ishtola, and we'll make sure to keep our comrades apprised of developments. You can leave Vanguard to us. We'll send word at the first sign of movement. It seems like we have a plan. While we wait for Zeralja to move, you do well to prepare for battle. And it begins with familiarizing yourselves with the technology that empowers him. To that end, I'll show you to Oblivion's main headquarters. Oh, I thought this place was it. You'll be impressed to know that we're located right inside the tower, in the residential district of Solution 9. Hiding a tree in the forest, as it were. The only question is how to get you through the checkpoint. Ah, about that, Sphene said that she'd make it so we could enter without issue. She did. Curious, she's not supposed to have such authority over the sentries. If I recall correctly, her words were that she would register us as guests. I see. Perhaps we're in the clear then. When you're ready, come and meet me at the tower entrance. Before you head out, give us a moment to introduce ourselves properly, eh? After all, names are good to know when working together. The women that were standing with Geode haven't spoken at all. Curious. They've just been there. While Oblivion has operatives all over, we're the main crew here. I'm Geode, the leader of this hideout, and the dependable young twins behind me are Nostalgia and Wayakwe. I'm Nostalgia. It's a pleasure to meet you. Ads! My sister and I were born and raised inside the barrier. We've been with Oblivion for 3 years, and our main duties are surveillance and provisioning. Twins, eh? That explains the resemblance. Wayakwe is a Tanawatan name, unless I'm mistaken. That's right. Our mother is Tuliolan, and our father is Alexandrian. They wanted to honor both cultures. They're beautiful names. Thank you. Though I have no memories of my mother, I like to think I carry part of her with me. So what made you decide to join Oblivion? We wanted to avenge our father. Ambrose was his name, and years ago he was taken away over a scuffle with a soldier over a disagreement. It was a minor incident, so at first we clung to the hope that he'd be released. But when months went by with no word from or about him, we made the decision to remove our regulators. We had already lost the memories of our mother. We didn't want to lose those of our father as well. They've all forgotten about him now, everyone who had known him. That bastard, even here he thinks nothing of his own people. Sometime later, we were approached by a member of Oblivion, hoping to get justice for our father. We joined the order. Welcome back from ads, everybody on my Twitch chat, or in my Twitch chat, rather. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to darken the mood. No, I appreciate you sharing this. Together, we'll avenge your father. Thank you. Something tells me you have what it takes. You introduced yourself too. Go on. It's pretty much the same story for me. And while mine is a Tanawatan name, I haven't the faintest how things are outside the barrier. It's my dream to go and see it with my own eyes, our mother's homeland. Once peace is restored, you must come and visit. The wilds are beautiful, the food delicious, and everyone's so nice. You'll love it. And that's us here. You'll meet others in the back room. That's our headquarters. Some of them are a little eccentric, but they have good hearts all. Eleneshpia, one last thing. It isn't exactly my place to say this, but thank you for seeking out Kafkiwa. She talks about you so much, it's clear how important you are to her. That's all. Be good to your mother while you still can, eh? Well, we'll let you go now. Feel free to use this hideout as you like. And that is another quest down. Meanwhile, in Everkeep, is this one going to be voiced?
You've been consorting with Wook Lamont. No matter. I do not know what you are scheming. But when your realm lay on the brink, you were powerless. You had no choice but to turn to me. Whatever sentiment you may feel for her, it is my power you require. Is it not?
Perhaps. And yet, knowing the love that Wook Lamont bears for her people, how she regards them all as kin, I cannot help but wish to spare her the same pain I have suffered. What's more, her friends possess new knowledge. Were we to work together, we might find another path. I know you're loath to consider it, but is there no hope for peace with Tuliolo? What we've already done may be unforgivable, but it needn't continue. You needn't kill your brother and sister.
I slew my only flesh and blood. Yet you attempt to sway me with an appeal to family. The memory of my father's final moments still fills me with disappointment. Age came for him before I did. For long years, I sought to prove the miracle. And weak as he was, defeating him achieved nothing. To kill them is my only recourse. Wook Lamont and Kona, who bested him as he was in his prime.
They are still your siblings, even if not by blood. That such bonds should mean so little to you.
I am bound to no one. Serve none save myself. I made that clear when first you spoke to me in the Golden City. Remember, I can easily kill your beloved family. If you would protect them, cast aside any foolish notions. Your wisdom and abilities are valuable insofar as our goals align. So think well before you act, Queen of Reason. Wook Lamont, if you are father's worthy successor, then you will find your way to me. But should you fall short, I will lay waste to Tuliolal.
What now?
Well, that's intense. And now we're going to head to the tower. This Kaftiwa is waiting. For the sake of saving money, we're just gonna run to town on my mount. They have a merchant mender combo there. I hope so, because I would like to sell some stuff, make a little money. saw a mender there, but that doesn't guarantee that it's also a merchant. Up by the gemstone trader. So we'll be going past. Sort of. We're just gonna sell those. There we are. Now we'll go on up to continuing on. Going to be ending this section of stream soon, I think. Welcome back, Molly. Good to see you, brother. And there went my phone falling out of my lap. Whoa. Ah, there you are. If Queen Sphene has registered you as guests, you should be able to march right in. All good, Molly. Appreciated the lurk. All the same. And if she hasn't, then you may have a swarm of Zeralja's minions to deal with. Nothing for it but to see if Sphene has betrayed us, eh? Thank you for your diligent service, friends. My companions and I would like to pass if you'd be so kind. Outrunner guide unit identified. Registration number verified. 6 accompanying civilians identified, verifying credentials. Credentials verified. Welcome, guests of Queen Sphene. What a relief. There you have it. Seems the Queen was true to her word. Follow me, everyone. Solution 9 awaits.
Everkeep, a tower of electrope piercing a perpetual shroud of storm clouds. Occupying the 9th level of this 12-tiered structure is a residential district called Solution 9. in so naming their home? What hopes did its founders harbor for it? And did it prove the answer they sought?
Spectacular, isn't it? There are more districts throughout the tower, including industrial ones, but Solution 9 is the largest.
Just being here makes my head spin.
Perfectly natural reaction. A city of shimmering electrobe, replete with strange technologies that cater to every conceivable need. We never dreamed the light back home in Tuliolo. Now, while I go and explain the situation to those in the back room, why not take a moment to explore? I believe lived experiences are far more educational than dry explanations. And you want to know more about Sphene and Zoralja's dominion, do you not?
It's no less than our duty.
Just to confirm, while we have been allowed inside, are we also permitted to roam?
Absolutely. As Sphene's registered guest, you'll find you're exempt from the sentry scrutiny. Ah, the elevator to the uppermost level. I wouldn't go near that. But other areas should be fine provided you act like you belong.
All right then, we'll show ourselves around.
Yes. Familiarizing ourselves with the technology here will help us prepare for the battles to come.
Try not to enjoy yourselves too much, or you're liable to attract attention.
Once you've explored to your satisfaction, come to the entrance to True View in the eastern sector. The way from there is a little complicated, so I'll send someone to guide you.
Understood. We'll see you later. I shall speak with the residents. Perhaps one of them will recognize the earring.
What's with this place? How can this all be the inside of a tower?
So, what aren't you telling me? Where are you?
That, I can't reveal yet. Precautions, you understand. Just know that I'm safe. But come, tell me about your adventurer friend. You seem to have a great deal of faith in him. You must have been through a lot together.
You might say that. For instance, we found the entrance to the Golden City.
Wait, what? You did? Alanashpir, why didn't you mention this sooner?
You want to explore together? It's not that I'm scared or anything. Everything is just so different from home is all.
Alright, now that we're through that ad. Whoa! That was fun. There's a Ethernet shard here to grab. As I thought. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the aetheryte for now. And then that'll be the end of this stream, guys. I'm gonna take a little break from Story Push that won't be uploaded for now. During this time, I'm gonna do roulettes and such. I will see you guys the next time I start up the recording when I continue on with the story. Have a good one.